Economic collapse, historical revisionism, the disintegration of our cultural identity, censorship of our language, open corruption at the highest levels of politics and commerce, leaders of industry and government implicated in the sex trafficking activities of an island-owning paedophile financier, plague, war, mass migration, the inexorable rise of selfishness and individualism, the demise of social compromise and shared moral values, distortion of reality, denial of truth, obfuscation of facts. Welcome to our post-pandemic world. That was 2022 for you in a nutshell. So what does 2023 hold in store for us? Well, history tells us probably unspeakable poverty, famine, pestilence, and of course violent crime, as the glaring wealth gap between people becomes too much to tolerate, and those with nothing adopt a mercenary attitude towards taking from those with abundance. Also, of course, almost inevitably, the downfall of governments everywhere, as more and more people wake up to the reality that the governments they elected don't actually serve them, but are in fact puppets of billionaire corporate global vampires in a psychopathic race with each other to accumulate the most wealth by using the 70-year-old climate grift to swindle us all out of our savings and assets in the form of eye-watering taxation until we're all nothing better than serfs. But once our corrupt representatives in Parliament are dragged from their offices and kicked out of the country, the very least they deserve, we'll look around us and wonder who to replace them with. We'll wonder who we can trust. Who's going to selflessly serve the interests of this country and its people? And the answer is no one. In a broken world of unmitigated dishonesty, full of people who've been raised on greed and conspicuous consumption, each individual that somehow manages to charm and lie their way into political office will drag this country a little bit further into iniquity, poverty, dysfunction and suffering. Each new leader will tear at the fabric of civilization just a little bit more until people fight openly in the streets, destroy and set fire to each other's property, until eventually there'll be nothing left but ruin. And on the charred and scattered bones of an extinguished civilization, those that remain will start to build something new. And in 1,000 years, that'll all fall apart as well. Still, let's be grateful. We've had a good run, haven't we? I've had 42 reasonable years of perfectly adequate living. Can't complain at all. Obviously, it's the children who'll suffer. They'll have no life at all. But that's just unlucky for them, isn't it? They came along at the wrong time. They've turned up at the point of civilizational collapse. There's nothing we can really do for them. Just shove them in front of a PlayStation and tell them everything's going to be okay while the whole world burns outside their window. Please do support my content by following the links below this video. Also, please do watch my return to stand-up, now available to view on the Comedy Unleashed YouTube channel, a link for which you can also find beneath this video.